The ADK rock and metal channel is actually going to be expanding into music promotion, and we are delighted to announce that our first three live showcases are going to be happening very soon. We're going to be hosting musical events at the 6 Bar in Cambridge, and we'd love you to come and join us and support these bands. Our aim is to really just find and discover and give a platform to the finest rock and metal bands in England and the wider UK. We're going to be predominantly basing the live venues in Hertfordshire, Cambridgeshire, and Bedfordshire, and perhaps other parts of the Greater London area.
The first event will take place at the 6 Bar in Cambridge, and that's going to be on the Thursday, the 18th of July. And we're going to be starting with two bands close to home. We're actually going to have Dave's band Teller's Scribe headlining the event, supported by the return of Nomadic Rain, of course. That is Andy's band, of which he is the rhythm guitar player. And they're going to be supported by another local band called Debris, who play an interesting mix of gothic, grunge, and even a bit of nu metal in there. So come on down on the 18th of July to see the Teller's Scribe headline show for the inaugural showcase of ADK Presents. The second event will take place on Thursday the 25th of July. Again, that's at the 6 Bar, and this is going to be headlined by Cambridge progressive metalcore heroes Far From Refuge, who will also be launching the new EP, and support comes from the Hertfordshire death grind band Extreme Death Art and the Cambridge power metal meets groove metal act Hereward. The third show in the calendar takes place on Friday the 27th of September, and that's going to be headlined by the hard-rocking groove metal band Lowdown, with support coming from Struck Down, Broken Calling, and Before the Sirens. And that takes place also at the 6 Bar in Cambridge. You can already pre-order your tickets. Just go to the ADK Rock and Metal Facebook page and you'll see the link in there.
First album. Let's go for a highly respected name, a big name certainly in the sludge doom drum metal scene, and we're talking about Baton Rouge, Louisiana outfit Thou with the new album Umbilical, and this is their sixth full-length recording since their 2007 debut. It's a band I've not really listened to, but I do know that their 2014 effort, Heathen, was one of the albums of the year in Terrorizer magazine when it came out. So to me, that's always a good indicator. I can't really give a reason as to why I've never checked this band out. Familiar with them. Obviously, they did a collaboration with Emma Ruth Rundle, didn't they, as well? Just never got around to listening to them. So what a great time to do that on album number 6. The second album that we're going to pick, in fact, the next two belong to that wonderful French record label, Listenable Records. So the second one is the band Cobra the Impaler, and the album is called Karma Collision. They're a Belgian band, progressive metalcore. I'm familiar with the work of the lead guitar player Thijs de Kloot through his work in Predatory Void, and of course he was an ex-six-stringer for the legendary death metal band Aborted. This is their sophomore album, and it's a follow-up to 2022's Colossal Gods LP. The third choice is, again, as we said, another one from Listenable Records. The band is called My Diligence, and the album is called Death Horses Black. Okay, strange album title. Again, they're from Belgium. Progressive post-metal, stoner metal. What a strange combination. It's the fifth album of their career. I always have some reservations when the band's origins are stoner metal, because that's one of my least favorite subgenres of heavy guitar music. So the fact that they've gone in a more progressive direction, one imagines that probably means psychedelic. But let's be open-minded. Let's give them a chance. I do like the record label Listenable Records. Fourth option, we're going to go over to the mighty Prosthetic Records in the United States. The band is called Four Stroke Baron. The album is called Data Diamond. This apparently was originally conceived as two separate EPs. One is purely electronic, so that's the Data half of it, and then the other is heavy, the Diamond half of it. I know it's the second album, progressive metal. Who knows what that means? Anything's possible, isn't it? when you're within that realm of heavy guitar music and you're calling it progressive. So we're certainly going to give that some attention. The fifth one, let's move over to different pastures. This is a German band. They're called the Antikaroshi, and the album is called L'Inertia Polaire. They're from Germany, as I said, and this is released by Exile on Mainstream Records. It's the sixth album of their career, and it's described as a cross between pulse punk and krautrock. So for that reason alone, I think it's worth a listen, because those two things, I don't know if they go together or not. I do like any artist who's willing to splice together different genres of music and see what happens. So that's going to be the fifth choice. Number 6, again, we're going to stay with post-punk. There's a bit more of an industrial angle to this. It's a Portuguese band called Luvado Abismo, self-titled debut album, and that's released on Half Beast Records. The 7th one, this is a band that I'm familiar with because they're from England, and I've seen them play at Club 85 in Hitchin, Hertfordshire, when they supported Helgrint, the great thrash metal band, and also the local band 13, who are a fantastic artist as well. The artist I'm referring to is Enquire Within, and they released their Elysium EP. Self-released. How would I describe their music? Metalcore with a bit of groove metal and even heavy metal. So Lamb of God, Machine Head, but you've also got some epic moments in there, perhaps closer to Iron Maiden, or certainly some of that Swedish Melodeath scene. So I've seen them live, and it'd be good to listen to something on record from those boys. Album number 8 we're up to now, aren't we? Okay, we're going to go to Ukraine. Groove death metal. Another band that I'm familiar with, Arhat. The record is called Secrets of Ancient Gods. Self-released. I reviewed their 2021 album Dead Life for our sister organisation Scream Blast Repeat, and I was impressed how they mixed that chunky mid-tempo groove with the vehemence and aggression and indeed malevolence of death metal. So that's Arhat for our number 8 pick, and they're from the Ukraine. We're going to go to Norway for album number 9, and it's not black metal, it's not hardcore, it's not alternative rock, it's grindcore, and the band is called Beaten to Death. The album is called Sunrise Over Rigor Mortis, and it's released via Maskina Recordings. It's the 6th album of their career since their 2011 debut, and according to Encyclopedia Metallum, the band's first 3 albums were recorded live in their rehearsal rooms. I think that tells you everything about this band. That's just going to be spontaneous emotion. It's not about nailing the perfect take, it's all about the energy, and because it's grindcore, it's all about that white hot aggression, isn't it? So looking forward to that. Final pick. There's not really that many big name releases, so I've gone for a release on a big label. So we're talking about the debut album from Swedish black metal supergroup Hellbutcher, and that's released via Metal Blade Records. It's a self-titled album, and it features the ex-Opeth and current Bloodbath drummer Martin Axelrod. I've seen the promos for this band. I've deliberately not listened to any of the singles or watched the videos because I'll be reviewing the album for our sister organisation, and I like to go into that without knowing any of the material. But good name for a band, isn't it? Hellbutcher. And if they're saying they play black metal, that's certainly, you'd expect it to live up to that name. So that's our 10th pick of the week for albums that are released on Friday, the 31st of May, 2024.